Great. Awesome.
Just going back to the Lucid point here, he has been so okay,
no Lucid point, Wolf! No Lucid point! Barrel's dead. Okay, down he goes. First blood goes to Kellen, and Deft has to flash away as well. No, it's great. I mean, this is what we were talking about before the game started, as now he's going to knock the Sejuani into the wall. W comes down, and you know what? Pyoshik is just dead. He doesn't have his flash, and Lucid still has his. He gets away. BDD not able to punish in this 3v3. Barrel still here. He's going to keep Kellen around as Deft is trying to help out, but at the end of the day, it's just a kill here, and now the wall's going to come down. Barrel has to flash away himself as Lucid's like, come on, guys, let's just do the dragon instead.
Now, nothing they could do to stop this dragon. BDD doesn't have ult, doesn't have flash, doesn't have any agency, and that's just going to go well, all things considered. Finally, Deft is trying to do a thing in the bottom lane.
Deft doesn't have flash here, and Showmaker's already here. The root comes down onto Kellen, but I think he's still in a lot of trouble. Flash comes in, and Deft is just going to hold on to his cleanse. He knows he's 100% dead. That's another kill over to Dplus Kia. That one going over to the Corki.
I mean, Dplus are just running circles around KT this game. And Showmaker sacrificing more minions here. Doesn't have his teleport. It's nearly up. I mean, it's almost perfect. It could have been calculated as more action.
Lucid's here, and Impale is on point, and you're not getting out of this one, casting. The knockup comes in, and with no flash available, the timing on the gank is perfect. And Skarner's so good at setting those up. Now, BDD and Pyoshik trying to trade it back.
He's got flash, though.
Yeah, and this is Skarner, and the ult is just going to sail wide. Pyoshik trying to get on in there onto Lucid, but it is stunned to come down actually underneath the turret, but Lucid barely going to go down with just the flail to get the job done. Yeah, you can see it will go the way of Deft, and might be followed up by Corki in the bottom side, although there is a big response. Nice seismic shove here from Showmaker, just to say no, and yeah, they get over here in time to actually stop this turret from going down.
I feel like this is a bit poor, though, by KT in terms of what they could have done with the teleport and the advantage top side. Like, they not first brick, as you mentioned, but still, they like if casting it as teleport bottom and ulted the wave, then could have actually just been fine. So things have looked a lot better for KT in these last 5 minutes.
Barrel just out in the middle of nowhere trying to get some deep wards in. That's a free kill. Goes over to aiming.
Caster Curse.
Not sure. Like, I could also just go in here on a Deft. I mean, Deft is all alone here. He does have flash and cleanse, but yeah, they're just gonna leave that one as the teleport does come in from BDD, and now try to Showmaker, who is in a lot of trouble, but the rest of KT trying to close the distance and get in. They finally take out Showmaker, and now Kellen kind of left on his lonesome. Lucid the same, just gonna ult the Rumble away, but this is a great fight for KT. They turn it around with a TP and pick up 2 kills.
Pretty optimistic against Deft there to try to look for that play as Kingin. If you have the follow-up instantly, it's much easier, but Deft had cleanse. He also had flash. He has a turret still standing there. Very difficult to pull that one off.
We got a lot of different angles coming in onto this fight. You see Kingin on the left as the knockaway of the jungler, and this fight comes in. Lucid once again gonna get the job done, and Deft has to flash away from the seismic shove, and the Impale in the brush. They're not ready for that one, and now Pyoshik is all by his lonesome. They're so low on the backside of this fight. DK not gonna over chase, but man, they got a lot of value out of that fight.
Really nice trap set there by Kingin. If they try to push on him, he has that defensive capability or can turn it around. They don't get a kill, but they will be able to, with that exchange, grab this turret on top of the steal there with Lucid's ult. Like, maybe we can push him. Like, you know, he's all alone. Aiming can't rotate over here. Oops, we're impaled.
Yeah. Speaking of which, oops, we are knocked into the wall as trying to dive here. BDD's going to go down. Casting surely gets this kill, right? Okay, he is going to pick up the kill, but now TP coming in.
Showmaker's Weaver's Wall.
Yeah, Showmaker definitely going to try to punish this one. The equalizer is pretty good. Seismic shove is going to get some damage in, but this is a Rumble making things pretty spicy as now we got more action as Pyoshik was going in there to try to save him. I don't even know, guys. Pyoshik's just going to go down. It's a double kill for aiming. And now 4 versus 2. They could look for the Baron. We have seen some very aggressive. The Celestial opposition, I mean, it's basically like you got to chew through 4 different things if you ever want to try to kill Leona. It is quite strong nowadays. The rocks. I mean, we talked about this, right? Like in a straight-up 5v5, it is difficult to make this work. Into this fight and then knockback into the knock into the wall. And you just don't get to play the game, Pyoshik. And with the jungler gone, That will be Ocean Soul to the side of DK. Casting, very nice dodge here, but the follow-up is coming in. Now they're trying to turn and fight this one 4v4. They know the Poppy is gone, but the rock to the face, and down will go the Yone. And King is looking for more, gets a couple of flashes with this Impale, but the fight is not done. They're still going in. They're still looking for more blood. DK can't get enough.
So solo right now, Lucid is taking the dragon. It does go over. And we look for a reset here and then go straight to the There is no contest here whatsoever for KT and what has been a very scrappy but honestly mostly sloppy game from KT.
Sets up some kind of freeze and some kind of play. Otherwise, they don't really have much going for them.
I mean, Dplus's comp has so much engaged. KT's engage is ultimate reliant. You know, you need Barrel's ult, you need BDD's ult, Depth's ult potentially, right? Or Pioshik's ultimate, whereas Dplus just have so much consistent engage, so you trade ults and Dplus is like, I'm still ready. You know, come at me. And now they're going to grab this inhibitor. BDD getting some value. Game State right now is telling me this one's not. But yeah, we'll probably get one.
It probably shouldn't. I'll just say that. Yeah, they're being pushed out of here, and with, you know, I mentioned before, the flash in with the Impale. Where did he go? And now a massive counter engage comes in, but do they have the damage? It's a question. Down will go Showmaker. But that might just be it for the damage that goes into them. King is so tanky, Kellen's so tanky, aiming, still full health, still pushing into the base. And it was a fantastic counter engage, but not quite enough money to get the job done, especially without death.
Yeah, and now with no equalizer, I think Dplus could just escort this next wave with the super minions here and look to start chipping away. 25 seconds on BDD, but he won't have his ultimate. Same to be said of Barrel when he respawns. I think this should be the beginning of the end.
Well, they're going to dive a Sejuani under Nexus turret, so it's looking just likely as down will go Pioshik, and down will go Casting, and down should go these Nexus turrets. It was a very insanely scrappy game, very much back and forth as Barrel desperate, Deft also desperate, but it will not happen. The Nexus goes down, and DK take game one.
Now the 11 kill Corki might be worth.
Yeah, it doesn't last too long as he's just gonna get flashed on him. Perfect, he has aggro on the turret. The flash comes in from Lucid, and that's just first blood. Perfect goes down.
Magic resistance because he's landing against a Rumble, so it is going to be a while before he ends up.
Well, he is gonna scan it, but the knockup comes in into the follow-up from the Talia, and BDD has no chance. The only way to get out of that one is
here. A lot of cooldowns used. Namely the Keeper's Verdict, and there's no way to come over and deny, so at least they get this, but great
nice hit from BDD.
Yeah. And BDD is extremely suspicious, as he should be, of a potential gank, and Depth is just in no man's land, but there's nobody to follow up on Lucid. The double knockup comes in, and now Lucid in a lot of trouble. He's going to burn down Barrel, just going to get Fates called, and Kellen has to go forward, but to his demise, BDD as well, getting some damage, and they're going to take out Showmaker, and it's 3 kills to the side of KT and a Rift Herald.
You can see why they're being so equalizer is ready. Not ready, though, for this Dragon.
Yeah. As here we go again, trying to look for a play on a Barrel as he will go into clone mode, and he is burning down, but Kellen is going to be the support that goes down, as eventually, so will Barrel. So I suppose. But now Impale is down, as is the Skarner Flash. KT trying to set up here on this one. King out in an awkward spot, but he is baiting out a lot of CC, but they have oodles and boodles of it as King is going to go down. And now the rest of the fight does begin. The equalizer is massive onto Showmaker and Kellen. They burned for so long. He's now in the bush. Lucid just going to try to get on the run, and he is going to be forced to Keeper's Verdict, but even the Blast Cone not going to save you here, buddy. Down he will go. And the round
the Blast Cone there will take him out. And finally, the Dragon goes the way of KT. It's a 2-stack here in the
first item at 20 minutes into the game.
Hey.
It's just one of the things we got to mention. Pretty good control of this game.
Blast Cones, by the way, on Chemtech Rift, pretty fantastic for KT's position. Uh-oh, indeed.
Yeah, the TP's going to come in here, and the Impale, it just keeps you locked down for way too long, although that equalizer is burning down Showmaker. It's still going to be a kill over to the side of Dplus Kia. And again, it's so early on.
And now it's just going to be BDD heading down to the bottom lane. Now this is Chemtech Soul, so it doesn't matter as...
That's a bit risky to try to go for that Baron take. Kingen, he's still here by himself in mid, and again he's going to be isolated as the Impale does come in, and he is very difficult to kill. But eventually he will go down as Pioche does take a bunch of damage in the trade, but...
The idea was we need to back to defend this mid push, but like we also want to
take Soul. He did it.
Plus scrap shields. Not really available here at all. He's actually walking up.
Half health, Lucid's already here. Are they going to continue on this one? Lucid does have the ult to come through, but the Sedge ult catches him, and Jace is going to secure it as Beryl nearly goes down, but it does not matter. They have a perfect angle, and down will go two of the members already, the bottom laners of DK. The Baron goes the way of KT. Down will go Lucid and Showmaker, and KT, they might have just won the game right there.
I mean, what was Kingen doing that whole time? He just took a joyride between two turrets. He was just driving through. He didn't come to the fight at all. They needed him there. They needed a front line. They needed some defensive options. And even though he couldn't have gone for a flank teleport, he could have just teleported onto his team and helped peel for them there, but he just didn't show up. And now he's the last man standing, looking for an Impale here. I think it's too little too late.
He's not even going to get the kill on a Pioche. I mean, Kellen, he's still getting in there. He's still fighting, but with 5 members alive, they will be able to take down the Nexus, and we will have our Game 3, as is always the... Four members on the Drake, but 4 members of DK also trying to get in here, but they want to turn onto Kellen. And where are you going to go? You're trapped in the cage, and immediately he goes down, just executed, like you said. Nice foreshadowing there from Wolf, as immediately Kellen just doesn't exist anymore.
And they don't be about that, even though they did get the flash.
See Deft and Beryl, they're trying to clear this wave, but they're not quite able to. The damage is a bit delayed on Adeptus. They will get this kill, though, and the dive is going horribly wrong. As 2 kills go the way of KT.
By the end of it all.
And now KT are going to get started as Event Horizon will miss. And Perfect also has to cut the dash short.
And Perfect says, like, I mean, my Veigar's got TP. You could try it if you want.
We'll see how it goes. 3 people coming on in, no teleport, and Perfect is just left out to dry as they're using quite a lot. Oh, the flash on in, and Perfect is going to turn it around. Picks up a kill for himself, 1v3 underneath his own turret. And that's from the Skarner. So first turret blood does go to KT. And you saw that aiming it was just so difficult for him to dodge that nicely. And really, your time to go in is when Event Horizon is down. And I think DK, they have identified this, but really nice Chain of Corruption does come down. Beryl also going to maintain that front line here, and now trying to go for the follow-up engage, and Kellen is just so dead, but now Beryl taking a ton of damage, and DK, look at turn this around, but again, the Lancers fight pretty good, but Pioche left out to dry, and BDD and Def not quite able to step up to them as aiming, and Kingen so good, getting a bunch of resets, and ending that fight in their favor.
I'm not 100%.
That does mean they're not in position to stop this push, so KT do get a free mid tier 1. Showmaker will get the bot tier 1, but the mid one is going to feel a bit better for KT.
That's really important for them.
Started up here, but the damage you mentioned is huge, and Beryl just walking up the Event Horizon. There's no way for the fight to get in. You just cannot access the pit. And so the first Drake goes the way of KT with no bloodshed at all.
Now all the cards right now.
Uh-oh, not like this. You can see they don't really have the vision. Oh, the hook around the corner, and the Chain of Corruption will come down, as well as the R from the Nautilus, and Showmaker in so much trouble, but the counter engage comes in. The Lancer's fight is massive to keep them all alive, but Kingen is running at them. He is alone, but here comes Lucid now into that backline, takes down Deft, and you see it's Kingen against the world, whereas Perfect is going against the world as well. Kingen and Lucid still on the chase here. So many low health bars. BDD still alive. Perfect still in the 1v2. Lucid gonna pick up the double. BDD still alive.
The flash missed Q though, and Kingen's gonna get out here. And Perfect, I don't know if he's on for this world. Oh,
nice try, but yeah. Oh, the damage on a Kellen. He is just so incredibly tanky. Can they actually kill him is the question. Need the Vi Q to come back up, and there it is. They should have enough from here, and that is the one from aiming to finally. Vision. Do they know about This guy on the left side, the Vi, they get onto the back line, and now the ult comes in. Kellen does go down, but Lucian's in that back line. The Lancer Spite is going to keep them all alive, but the health bars are so low, and Showmaker is just running them down alongside of Aiming, who, on the Zeri, alongside of this Aatrox, will eventually nearly totally wipe them. The triple kill comes through, 5,000 damage for Aiming. And that was
dictating the pace in the beginning of these fights as Showmaker does an insane amount of damage. Gets 3,000. Dragon is going to go the way of Dplus 2 for 2 here in terms of dragons, but the gold lead is so significant now.
Yeah, it's just not quite enough. The delay is not enough for KT. I mean, Veigar is not strong enough.
No, really not. I mean, they're sitting at 30 minutes in nearly, and he doesn't have his death cap. He's very far from it.
Oh, there's a little bit of an engage here as they're trying to get on up. Pioshik and BDD is in a really rough spot. Knocked up forever. The Lancer Spite and triple impale. Will it matter, though? I think the answer is no. Pioshik, though, with a couple of kills, though, making it interesting. BDD also picks up one. But at the end of the day, Kingen and Aiming are still alive, and they're still fighting here with pretty healthy health bars. Perfect is so incredibly tanky. Can they take him out is the question. He's flashing onto Aiming, and he takes him down! Perfect with a huge kill! Gets the shutdown of 1,000 gold, but eventually does go down himself.
Massive shutdown.
Behind in comparison with where Aiming is at right now. Def down towards the bottom, actually, as Kingen is alone, but so is Beryl, and that hook is not going to hit the wall. Beryl just dead, not going to be saved by the Event Horizon, and that might just be Baron.
Yeah, I mean, we were all in Beryl's world until now. Beryl is the only one in Beryl's world, and I don't think he should be there right now. It's game 3. It's the series decider, and another intense.
Oh, here we go. Lancer Spite is going to be cast, but he's alone, and everybody else is running away. So Pioshik will be taken out. Lots of damage coming in now. They want to end this right here, right now. BDD is in the Zhonya's against so many people, and he will eventually be taken out by Aiming. Of all people, going to stack that bounty even larger as they will now go for the Baron.
Beryl gets
Start this one off. Definitely want to try to extend this lead. They are in a comfortable spot already, as maybe they're just going to dive instead. I mean, they are looking for BDD, and that is the ult to come in, but no follow-up as finally the Rakan goes in, and down will go BDD. Beryl as well underneath the turrets, and that's a couple of more kills for the Zeri. Is this just going to be another Penta? That's a triple already for the side of Aiming, and you can see that KT do not want to give that one over.
Yeah, I think he's going to be hard-pressed to kill for a full health Skarner, but, you know,
maybe it was just a double. I'm not sure.
I think it was a triple.
I thought it was a triple, but I saw double come up, so I'm not 100%. Either way, this is great for DK. They're pushing in, and they might finally end the chaos that is DK versus KT every single time. That's perfect now. There's only so much tanking that Scorpion can do, and down he will go. Down will go the Nexus turrets, and Dplus Kia will be your winners tonight in the 2-1 victory over KT.
Once again, a series that goes to 3. It goes the distance. And